Hi, and thank you for tuning in to Lunch Talk with the Carters. I am your hostess, Star Carter.
And I'm your host, Michael Carter.
And we just come to tell you all,
Happy New Year!
Well, Michael, if you're ready, I am ready to get on into the show. Boy, it has been a long time coming getting us to this point when we first started and talked about the idea of even doing a podcast back in September. So how does it feel to be here today, Mr. Carter?
Oh, it feels great. It feels great, baby. I'm telling you, this is a long time waiting. You know, this is something I've been excited about for a long time. And finally, it's here. 2018, we're going to kick this thing off with Lunch Talk with the Carters.
Okay, so a lot of y'all probably wondering, okay, what is Lunch Talk with the Carters? So Lunch Talk with the Carters is a talk show that we decided to do back in September. That's when we came up with the concept. And basically, me and my husband, Michael, we love to have conversations at lunch, on our lunch breaks. And we really have real in-depth conversations. And so this particular day, when we decided to come up with the concept for doing Lunch Talk with the Carters, we was talking about the controversy that was going on with the comedian Kevin Hart. So we just had a real good dialogue about what was going on in his life and whatever. And I was like, babe, you know what? We need to have a podcast about some of the conversations that we have. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of couples are not having the type of conversation that we're having, or if they are having these conversations, they're probably a little muted. So when I told him about us, even starting a podcast, Michael was like,
man, my thing was like, man, what the hell is a podcast? First of all, let's get that established. Because I had no idea what the freaking podcast was.
So, once I kind of gave him the breakdown of what a podcast was, and I really didn't even know what a podcast was until probably about a year or so ago. My son has always listened to podcasts. So once I had broke it down to what a podcast was, we just started coming up with ideas on, how to do the show and everything. So that's what we're going to bring to you. We're going to bring to you an uncut, in-depth discussion on relationship issues, family issues. Some things may be related to things that's going on in the news currently, and some things are just things that we just see in our everyday life, because a lot of people are having issues in relationship, and a lot of relationships are very good. So we just want to bring an open dialogue to the good things as well as the bad things that goes on in relationships.
In other words, guys out there, we're going to get down and dirty. We're going to talk about things that normal couples wouldn't feel comfortable talking about, to one another or whatever the case may be. But we're going to bring all this out, and we're going to put a lighter subject on it, so you don't have to be embarrassed to talk about these things, because if you are, guess what? We're not. We're going to bring it to the light for you.
And I would like to go ahead and put this out here. Going forward in our show, there will be some explicit language. Some of the things that we're going to talk about is not kid-friendly, teenage-friendly. I don't even know if my son will be able to listen to some of the things. And he's 16, so I don't even know if he's going to be able to listen to some of the things we talk about. But that's what I'm saying. When we say uncut, in-depth discussion, that's exactly what we mean. An uncut, in-depth discussion about some grown folk type of information. Some grown folk conversation.
Grown folks conversation, people. So mom and dads, now we trying to tell you guys to check the podcast out before you ride down the road and let your little one listen to the podcast, because as my beautiful wife said, we're going to have a little explicit language on here like we are. We're going to get down and dirty. We're going to talk about the things that you're uncomfortable to talk about. But like we once again said, we're going to talk about it. So we're going to bring it out there.
We're going to bring it out. So one of the things that we're going to talk about, today is January 1st of 2018. And wow, me and Michael has had a very big year. We got married back in April 20th for 2017.
That's so we right, married people, married.
So we haven't even been married a full year yet. So we're not out here giving relationship advice. We are actually just opening up a dialogue about some things that go on in relationships, as we had already stated. But with the new year coming in, I was just wanting to pose a question to all of us that's in couples, whether you're married or you've been dating a while, whatever the case may be. We just want to know, what are your goals that you're trying to set for 2018? Do you have any long-term goals or short-term goals? What do you want to do for your 2018? Also in relationships, we always on social media and they always got the little hashtag relationship goals and stuff like that. So what are some of the things that you all want to do out there to really bring in 2018 to into your relationships? We always talk about we want to lose weight, we want to do you want to start your own business? Just some of the things that you want to focus on 2018. So what are some of the goals you want to do this year, Mr. Carter?
Well, one of the things I want to do, I want to enjoy my newly wedded wife. I want to enjoy that, of course, because we're actually still newlyweds. If you want to look at it, just April of 2017 was the big day. So, but and I want to be more financially stable and things like that. I want to get my finances in order and everything like that. But I want to just continue just being happy and living life and forgiveness and everything like that because, hey, one day you're here, one day you're gone. You never know.
So
you never know.
That's so true. And so some of my goals that I would like to set for 2018, one is also want to be financial free from any kind of debt or anything like that, because that's one thing that we all need to do is something that and that's try to be as financial free as possible. Also, if many of you all do not know, I am an indie author. I have 2 books that's already out and on Amazon. My pen name for my books is Asian Star Dotson, which is my maiden name because I wrote my books before me and my husband got married. So I got 2 books that I would like to release this year. So be looking forward to those. Like I said, they're going to be on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So that's one of my goals. Another goal is, of course, we want the podcast to take off and be very enlightening and productive to everybody that listen to us. But also, we want to travel. I want to travel this year. I want this year to be a great year for traveling and seeing the world, doing some different things. And of course, I want to lose these pesky 30 pounds that I gained being married.
I done told my wife she is fine, honey. Ain't nobody want a bone but a dog. So I'm trying to tell. My baby is just fluctuates. I'm trying to tell y'all that who know y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to tell her she's fine with me. But if she want to lose that, that's personal. It's nothing to do with her husband because I married my wife. My wife is a beautiful, voluptuous woman.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Carter. But so that's just some of the goals that we got set for 2018. But we would love to hear about some of the goals that you all have set. So we have set up a Facebook group on Facebook called Lunch Talk Show. And you can get into that group. It's a secret group. So we have links inside the show notes that you can get onto that. And also you can follow us on Twitter at Lunch Talk Show. If you want to email us some ideas and suggestions, or if you just enjoy the show, please feel free to email me and Michael at lunchtalkshow@gmail.com. So that's another way that you can also get in contact with us. We are also trying to make sure that this podcast is available to everybody that's able to listen to it, whether you're on a smartphone, on your computer, or if you're on your tablets or whatever. So we're trying to put this on all platforms: iTunes, Google Play. We're trying to put it on Stitcher, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud. We're going to also start doing YouTube videos to go along with the podcast. So we want everybody to be able to be a part of the show. We want the show to be family friendly. And also, we want it to be where everybody's a part of it. We down here in little old South Carolina. And so, but we want this baby to be worldwide.
So what we're trying to do, like my beautiful wife said, we're trying to get this on a world playing field. Once again, we're giving the disclaimer, guys. We're not trying to be relationship therapists. We're not trying to be relationship gurus because we're new at this thing. But we're just trying to help a couple just say, maybe this worked for them. Maybe it can work for us. We're just trying to give you another way of thinking because, like they say, 2 heads are better than one. So, if we can help just one couple by just giving them another idea about sticky situations that may come up that we're going to bring to the light, you may not have thought of it, but we're going to try to put that thought into your head.
I agree 100%, Ms. Carter. So, we will be releasing new episodes for the show every Monday and Friday. So please tune in. We call it Lunch Talk, but we're going to release the show early in the mornings so you all can listen to the show on your way to work, your commute to work. Also, it'll be available, like I said, new shows available on Mondays and Fridays. Excuse me.
Mondays and Fridays.
Mondays and Fridays. So make sure that you all tune in. And please, please, please give us your feedback. Let us know how you like the show, any ideas that you may come up with. Just please, we just want to hear from you all. Also, our next episode, well, our very first, we say this is the intro episode, but the very first real episode will be this coming Friday, and it's going to be on the talk of provocative dressing.
Yes, fellas.
In couples.
Yes, fellas. Y'all know exactly what we're talking about. This was the intro to the podcast, to our new show, Lunch Talk with the Carters. But guys, tune in to us Friday. We finna get down and dirty. We finna get into the real action when all the formalities are out the way. And like my beautiful wife said, provocative dressing. Ladies and guys, y'all know what we're talking about.
Okay. So yeah, that's going to be our very first episode, provocative dressing in your relationship. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? And me and Mr. Carter have had a lot of in-depth discussions about the provocative dressing.
Yes, we have.
I'm not going
to
to give anything away right now because we want you all to be tuned in on Friday so you can hear what we got to say about the provocative dressing. But it is going to be a very interesting conversation. And I also want you all to know, me and Mr. Carter do not always agree.
Yeah, I know, right?
Things.
Not all of it.
We have our own mind. So what he doesn't like, that doesn't mean that I don't like it either. You know, and what I like, that don't mean that he like it, because we do not want a relationship where we cannot express our likes and our dislikes. And that's a good thing about our relationship. We don't get mad. If he does not like something that I say, or I don't like something that he say, we don't get mad about it. We talk about it, and we try to come with a happy compromise, and we move on. Would you agree with that, Mr. Carter?
I agree 100%. That's how we do. You know, sometimes in a relationship, you have to agree to disagree. No one is right. No one is wrong. It's all about opinions. It's opinionated, ladies and gentlemen. It's opinionated. Everybody has the right to their opinion. Just because your husband or wife don't have your opinion, you shouldn't try to make them have your opinion.
I agree.
I mean, because that's individuality, people. Individuality. Everybody is different. Everybody got their right of state of mind, the way they think. Okay, guys? So we're going to be adult about this thing. We're going to be open to everybody's opinion, negative or positive. That's what we're here for.
Yep. And I just think that being able to open up the dialogue in 2018 would be an excellent way to start off the year, and just gives other couples that, like I said, whether you're married or if you've been together for a while, you might have just got together like we did in the last year or whatever, even though me and Mr. Carter have known each other for 20 years.
For 20 years, off and on, 20 years.
So it's not like we just met and got married. It's not like that. But I'm just saying, so we're new at this as well. But we have both been in relationships. This is my second marriage. Well, this is his second marriage. So we've been there. We've done that a little bit. So we got a lot to bring to the table, and we can talk about some things out in the open. Like I said, we can have some real grown folk conversation. So with that being said, Mr. Carter, do you got anything else you'd like to say before we end the show?
Well, again, guys, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning into our debut show. It's just an introduction to the show, what we're all about, what we're going to have for you guys offering in the near future. Guys, again, we want you guys to tune in. We want you guys to like, share, comment, be a part of the show, because that's what the show is about. If we can help one couple out there, we feel that we're doing our job. And so we're going to bring the 2018 in with a bang, people, with a bang. Tune in. You may be surprised.
And on that note, like I said, please follow us on Twitter at Lunch Talk Show, Facebook group. You can get in on the discussion group. And like I said, it is a secret group, so you have to request to be a part of the group where you can talk even more about the show topic on that day, because we'll be posting the links and everything. And you can also email us at lunchtalkshow@gmail.com. We're going to get an Instagram account started up as soon as we can get some more pictures and everything going. You know how Instagram is. So for right now, we just got the Twitter and the Facebook group. So please make sure that you be a part of those things. And we just like to tell you again,
Happy New Year. And thank you guys again for tuning in to Lunch Talk with the Carters.